Hey guys, I'm Cooper Palmer. I'm the owner of Iron Cowboy CrossFit, and today we're going to give you guys a little tour of the gym. All right, when you first come in, see our lockers. We've got a couple restrooms and a water fountain. Both restrooms have a dual showers, so you can have two people in there showering, a couple different stalls, so room to change, room to get showered off before you go back to work or after your workout if you got something else going on. Got a kids room available for kids if you are a parent that has a little one that needs to come and hang out here while you're doing your workout. This is our front desk area. This is where members can get shakes, can get retail items, can order, protein or t-shirts, stuff like that. And then just up here, when they come in, they can also check into classes right here on our pad. Okay, members here can come to our main service, which is classes, and they can also come to our gym for the 24-hour access pass or the unlimited membership, which includes, again, 24-hour access to all of the gym during all the hours. The only thing that's a stipulation on that is nothing outside is open during non-business working hours. So you can see right now we got some of our stuff out from class still. We had rowing today in the workout, so all of our rowers are down, but we'll show you where we hang those up in a second. We got 5 C2 bikes right here. Over here, we keep some of our mobility stuff. So we got our foam rollers, the cross balls, ab mats, some yoga mats, some hip circles, some other stuff like bead counters and stuff like that for tracking workouts. These are all of our ski ergs, right? So we pretty much just leave these here unless we're gonna have to shuffle around for the workout for the space, but most of the time they stay here, even during workouts. Here you can see this is our rower wall. So like I said, all the rowers are down, but right now you can see all the brackets exposed. That's where we hang up the rowers when we're not using them. And then we got our men's barbell wall, all 45-pound bars there on that wall, all Rogue barbells, mix of Ohio bars and some other different variety bars, but all ones that are good for multi-purpose style workouts. We don't have a lot of the specialty bars like Olympic lifting bars or powerlifting bars. Okay, here's kind of the centerpiece of the gym. We'll stay on this side for now. This is our Rogue Monster rig. Right, it's got 6 stations or squat stations that we can use for racks, for squats, bench press, shoulder press if you're coming out of the rack, any of that stuff, and then a variety of different pull-up bars. We really like this bare steel bar that doesn't have the coating on it. Most of our members seem to like that one. And then we do have some options that have the coated powder coat on there. On our rack right now, we have 3 trolley systems or setups for the rings, right? So we can do ring muscle ups. If we wanted to take those down and put up some extra ropes, we could also do rope climbs. But we've just been leaving those for the high rings. And then we hang our low rings. We have a few different rings throughout the gym, but some low rings on this rack and on the rack in the back for things like ring rows and ring dips. All right. Over here we got our whiteboard. This is where we talk to our members at the gym about what the workout is for the day, help break it down, teach them the movements, talk to them about how to scale the workout, how to hit the appropriate stimulus. We also keep our sandbags up here. We have a variety of Go Ruck sandbags with the handles. We seem to like those ones a lot. We got some 40s and 80s. And then we got a big worm that doesn't get used very often, but we do have a worm, which is fun for people that are into doing team competitions. And then we keep our boxes over here. We got some foam plyo boxes from Rogue, 6, 12, 20, and 24-inch boxes. And then some homemade custom wood boxes that we did when we first opened up. On this wall, you can see we kind of got the 4 peg boards. We don't use those a ton, but they're good practice for people that are looking for higher level skills, especially if they're into doing any competitions or something. We know a pegboard is an option that people look for. And then we keep our ropes on this side of the gym as well. You can see we got them tied up right now, but it's pretty easy. We just drop them down and can rope climb on this side of the gym. Right now on this side, we've also been storing our incline benches when we're not using them. We kind of move these around a lot, but we just got the Rogue benches that have the adjustable incline, right? And then they have a foot plate or the storage plate on the end so we can stand them up here. They stay out of the way nice and neat, and we can move them around the gym. And then on this wall is our girls barbell wall. So this is our 35-pound bars for the women, smaller diameter grips, right? These are all pretty much Bella bars from Rogue. And then we have a variety of a couple technique bars that are the 15-pound bars mixed in there as well. And this is some extra bars. We just got some more 45s here. We got another technique bar, a couple different axle bars, a little kids technique bar, an easy curl bar. So got a lot of different bars available for people. So now kind of to the back of the gym, which we can start right with this weight stack first, right? This is just the Rogue Monster storage, 3-tier storage. These are mainly the bumpers that we use in class. So we got 45s, 35s, 25s, 10s, 15s, and then we keep a lot of the change plates here on the ends. So this is predominantly what we're using in class. It's been a good storage option for us. On the other side of it, when we come around, you'll see, but we have our jump ropes hanging off the other side. And then we just keep some of these smalls. I think it's called the E-sled from Rogue. We got 4 or 5 of those E-sleds, and we just keep them stored underneath there, kind of out of the way, to where if we're doing sled work, we can keep them close by and easy to get to. All right, so in this corner, kind of like the dumbbell central, right, we got more Rogue storage systems, and we got them kind of lined up from light dumbbells going across from 5s all the way over to the 50s, and then they drop down and we go 50s all the way back over to the 105s. We have basically multiple pairs of 5 through 50s, and then once we get to the 60s, or 55s, we go 1 pair up for that. And then in this corner, this 3-tier corner storage, we just keep some of our lighter kettlebells. And then we got some other stuff up here, obviously all of our medicine balls. We just throw up here. These are great. Works nice. And then that top one is kind of some random stuff. We got some extra storage here and some extra dumbbells that are either damaged a little bit or non-conforming to our rack that we just keep underneath for extras. Those lighter dumbbells are always nice to have. And then we get into some more bodybuilding style stuff that you don't see a lot of CrossFit gyms, but we're fortunate enough to have. We got this lat pull down machine combo, right? So we got the high lat pull down and you got the low row, seated low row. It's a nice stack. It's good because you got a nice big adjustable pad. Can adjust the foot down here. We can change different attachments. So we get a lot of use out of this, whether it's scaling for pull-ups or people that are looking for some extra bodybuilding work. I use a lot for personal training clients. And then between here, kind of just got a ruckus of storage stuff, right? We got this cross member here that's a storage thing from Rogue. We keep some extra attachments on here, right? So tricep straps. We got a neck harness. It's got a little basket. There's some ankle weights in there. And then we actually bolted these chain hangers that Rogue makes right underneath it. These are just nice because we don't do a lot of chain work, but when we do, they're easy to get to. We can use them for class. And then we got a bunch of extra old chains right now on the ground. And then on this rack, another big storage rack from Rogue. We actually went with these are not made by Rogue, but Rogue makes something very similar. These are the center mass bells from Sorinex. It's kind of a hybrid between a dumbbell and a kettlebell, which we really like because we can make use of it in both ways if we're short on kettlebells or short on dumbbells. And then we just use that extra piece up top for some stuff like hanging the vest, medicine ball or yoga ball. And then we keep our heavy dumbbells, our really heavy ones that don't get used very often, under here, right? So we got 110s up to 125s. And then got this little 45-degree hyper right here, kind of tucked out of the way. It's small enough that if we need to move it around, we move it around. Here on this one, we got some dip bar storage. Okay, so these are nice. Just this Matador that they make. It comes with this little storage hook. We just put it right on there. Nice and easy to pop off. Just lift it up, get it out. You can put it on any of the racks that we have in the gym. They all fit that monster, 1-inch hole format. Here we got this adjustable cable column. So this is nice because we can still use all the handles that we have. We can adjust it so it can go high, mid or low. It has a bunch of different positions. And again, has a good weight stack on it. Gets plenty heavy for everyone. And then in the corner, we just updated this. Was just a reverse hyper, but now we upgraded it, added on the kit. Now this is considered the Rogue Donkey, right? So it's a reverse hyper / GHD or glute ham developer. Super nice. Got a big foot plate for that. Got the grab handles for reverse hyper. Super heavy duty. I like to think that this isn't just a table. A lot of times it turns into a table at gyms, but we try to get the most use out of this. If you've never used a reverse hyper, come see us. We'd love for you to try it out. It's great for your back health. I rehabbed my back after a back break in 2016 or 17 and rehabbed my back with this machine exclusively pretty much, and it's helped change me. We just got a plethora of specialty bars. We don't use them a lot in classes, but we'll use them in private training, or people use them in open gym and stuff. So we got your trap bar. We got a cambered bar here. We got a safety squat bar. We got your multi-grip, or like some people might call it a football bar, right? We got vertical or neutral grip positions. And then we also got a log to imitate some strongman stuff. Again, those don't get used very often, but they're back here if you want them. We got some more sledgehammers. We do some sledgehammer stuff. Got one of these earthquake bars. That's great. We really like that. We use that a lot. And then we keep some of our flat benches here just on the wall with some more brackets that we actually had made that look like those Rogue ones that hang the rowers. Very similar. Here we got the Rogue leg press, right? It's a adjustable one where we can go with 2 feet or 1 feet and then just adjust here in the middle. So it's nice if you're wanting someone to do some single leg work. It is beefy. It's super heavy duty. Definitely something you could load down super heavy if you've maybe been to a regular commercial gym. Some of those can be thinner or not as heavy. A lot of times, especially with smaller athletes or even like older athletes, if I have them do this in private training, we're doing just the empty sled to start with to make sure they can do it, because it is a really heavy duty sled, or leg press for them to move. Okay. So we'll dive into the middle. Again, this is, still used in class, but this is definitely kind of more the open gym side of the gym. So we have 3 Rogue Monster Rack power racks that are the RM6s. So they're 6 feet deep, right? So you can do stuff on the outside. You can do stuff on the inside. On the inside, we got a bunch of different options, but most of them have this safety strap system, right? Where you can move these up and have a strap safety system. So that's really handy. So you can do stuff in and out of the rack. On this rack specifically, we also have the Rogue Rhino belt squat. Again, something that we're lucky to have, but we use this a lot for personal training or extra accessory on the end. Not something that we fit into classes very often, but super fun to have. Can do a lot of different movements off this. A good one. That's one of my favorites. And then we can see we just got some different stuff. We got some different grip pull-up bars that we have available. Some of our nicer Olympic lifting plates. So we keep these back here. Again, these don't get used in classes a ton, just because we don't like them to be dropped as much, but they're available, but usually stuck back here. And then other safety options we have, we got these adjustable safeties here that'll come on the outside of the racks. You can also use them on the inside, but typically you put them on the outside. So you got plenty of options for safety spotters. And then on this rack, we also do have, and one over there I didn't talk about, but these adjustable jammer arms, right? So we can pull this pin here, slide this guy down, up or down, and do the jammer arm movements, some single arm or double arm. You can do deadlifts with it. Again, not something we're using a ton in class, but something I like to use with private training clients. The jammer arms, especially with some athletes, my younger athletes I train. Okay. On this side, we'll finish off with, we got our heavier kettlebells on this storage rack, 35s all the way up to 88s. Okay, keep some extra junk under there. We got some older sandbags that are harder to lift that don't have the handles. These are kind of like the ones that are more circular shaped, or, like a cone or a cylinder, right? Really heavy bags, 100s and 150s. Then we got our row of assault bikes or echo bikes. In the back here, we got our GHDs. We got 3 GHDs plus that donkey, right? So we kind of have 4 that we can use in class. Again, something that probably a lot of affiliates aren't fortunate enough to have this many, but we try to utilize them how we can. It's great exercise for people to be doing hip extensions, back extensions, glute ham raises, We do have one treadmill, assault runner. And then we got the standing single leg reverse curl, from Rogue that they came out with in the last couple of years. And on this wall, we kind of have our bands. We got some heavy jump ropes. We got some crossover symmetry, and then a little belt storage for people that use belts. Let's jump outside real quick and we'll go to talk about some of that stuff. All right. So outside we got this nice patio. Fortunate enough to have this again when the weather is nice. We'd like to get out here and do some stuff outside. We do have a sauna, 6-person sauna that's available with your membership. We do have a cold tub. A lot of times the cold tub, you guys, is a fill on your own type of scenario. We do have ice available, right? Fill it up, jump in there, get cold. We know how good that is for us, and it's all the rage right now in recovery, right? Out here on the main area, we just have some open space for people to do barbell movements, body weight movements. And then we actually took our last Rogue rack and brought it out here. So it's same thing, 6 stations, okay? Nice and big, plenty of pull-up spaces. We got some wall ball targets, so we can do fun outdoor workouts out here when it's nice out and it applies. We also keep some of our sleds and tires and stuff out here as well. But yeah, that kind of concludes the gym tour. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions, ever want to come work out, let us know. Happy to help you guys with your fitness.